Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tama Gocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyam. We are trying to study Shankaracharya's Viveka Chudamani. On the last occasion, we read up to Shloka 383. But to proceed further, and it is the long drawn process of Nididhasan which are being described. It will end in Samadhi when everything else will be resolved into Brahman. Everything else will be seen as unreal and will be dissolved into Brahman. So that is the process being described and in various phases because the realism in our life appears in different ways. So the different Nididhasanas are being described. 384. Dehendriya prana manohamadivi swadhyana kluptair akhilair upadivi vimuktam atmanam akhanda rupam purnam mahakashamiva avalokayet. The word here is upadi. We have explained every time that that which is not our real nature but appears to be our real nature is called upadi. And this upadi is due to our ignorance or other wrong knowledge about ourselves. So, ajnana kluptai. When we are not aware of our real knowledge, then it brings out so many upadhis. Akhilai upadhis. Upadhis without any exception, vimuktam. Free from all upadhis. No matter the upadhis, deha, indriya, prana, mana, aham, adivi. The first upadhi or the gross upadhi is body. And when we know that it is upadhi, it is not my real nature, it goes out of vision. But then indriyas, then they go out of the picture. Then the prana, the vitality. When that goes out of the picture, then the mind. And when mind goes out of the picture, then aham, ego or I consciousness remains. And that I consciousness also is an upadhi. It is not our real nature. It is a vibration of consciousness. Adivi. And associated with them, there may be so many things. The man in a series grows to settle about ourselves. What are the upadhis? Deha, Indriya, Prana, Mana, and I. When and associated with them, there are many upadhis. They are all being brought out because of our wrong knowledge about ourselves. When the Atma becomes free from that, that means when the upadhis do not cover the Atma, when the upadhis are known to be unreal, when the upadhis get dissolved in Atman itself, Atma becomes free from then what is its nature? Akhanda Rupam. The unbroken is there and all that divides apparently the Atman between you and me. And when Atman appears in its own nature, there is no division there. Akhanda, absolutely unbroken. Purnam, it is perfect. That is Purnam. Infinite. Purnam means perfect. Purnam means infinite. Mahakasham eva. That is a simile given only for us to meditate. That is like the infinite space, like the infinite sky. Now that is not actually infinite because in pralaya it will not stand. But for our help to meditation or nididhasan, it is useful to think of space and the emptiness of space is not meant here. Purnam Mahakasham eva. Infinity is the main point. Purnam also means infinity. Like the Mahakasha, we should feel akhanda, unbroken. Space cannot be broken. So that much quality is there, unbroken, infinite, like the infinite space. Avalokaya, try to see, try to experience. Finally, the seer will merge in that scene. But in the process, first of all, the Atman has to be made free from the upadhis. And that has to be observed, that has to be experienced, that has to be seen. So in Nididhyasan, that seeing is going on. And when that I, which is seeing, also merges in Atman, then we will get Nirvikam Samadhi. But before that, the seer is there. And that seer is seeing one's own real nature as if divided, as if only the seer is seeing the infinity. Kata kalasha kusula suchi mukhe gagana mupadishater vimuktam ekam avatina vividam tathaiva shuddham param ahamadi vimuktam ekameva. Another aspect, we were told cross to settle and all that. No, outside when we see, the again the very sky, again the very space, the very space, how to think of the space? We see a jar, in that there is space, in another pot there is space, in the receptacle for grains there is space, jar, pitcher, big jars like the receptacle for grains, and a needle. We see needle made of stainless steel. But in those days, from the clay, a needle also was made. So, Upadi Shatai. So here, there gross to settle our own self. Here, in the objective world, hundreds of forms from the same element. So, Upadi Shatai Vimuktam Ekam Bhavati. What is that space? Space in a jar? Oh, it is not made of clay, please. My mistake. In the needle, there is a hole and there is a space there. Now only the space is being made. Jar is not being made. In the jar, in the pitcher, in the container, and in a needle, the space is unbroken. They cannot break the space. It was my mistake to think of the needle as made of clay. Needle may be made of anything, but in the nose, what we call, in the hole, there is, in the needle, there is a space. And that space is not different from the Mahakasha. So in hundreds of forms, the space appears. So here, the question of forms and reality. And they do not divide the space. Space is never divided. So this is how Nididhasan has to go on. Vividam tathaiva shuddham. Avati na vividam. One space does not become many in these examples. In the same way, shuddham, param, amadi vimuktam. Now it takes up from this side, amadi. So the main obstruction is I, and this I and the other things, hundreds of things, make this reality appear as if divided, but reality is not getting divided. In this sense, Nididhasan is done that in the space there are hundreds of forms, but they are not dividing the space. Similarly, this I and other things rising in me are not able to divide my reality. So, in this way, the unbroken reality, Ekameva, it is only one, Param, absolute, Samadhi Vimuktam. When freed from these upadhis of I, etc., it becomes, it is seen as one only unbroken. Brahmadi Stamba Pariyanta, Mrusha Matra Upadhaya, Tata Purnam Samatmanam, Pashed Ekatmana Sthitam. Now the superior inferior thing is brought. You say the realism comes in our mind due to various factors. And that's why this Nididhasan is being told in a comprehensive way for almost 200 shlokas now. That Brahma, the universal consciousness, what is this Upadhi? The universe. The universe divided into body, mind, etc. is the Upadhi of Brahma. Stamba, the smallest manifestation of consciousness is in a blade of grass. So these are Upadhis. Whether it is a blade of grass or whether it is a universal Brahma, they are forms only. But the forms there differ in bigness and smallness, greatness and nothingness almost. So, but in spite of that, Munisha Matra Upadaya, these are all Upadhis and they are false. Tata Purnam Samatmanam. So, when they are known as Upadhis, then they will go out of our consciousness and Purna, infinite one's own reality, Ekatmana, as one single entity will be seen to be there. Sitam Atmanam. Yatra Prantya Kalpitam Tad Viveke Tattan Matram Naiva Tasmad Vivinnam Pranter Nashe Bhati Drushta Itatvam Rajjus Tadvad Vishwamatma Swarupam. I was telling that they are seen as false or they get dissolved in Brahman. So that thing is being told now. In the rope, snake is being seen due to delusion. If the delusion vanishes, where is the snake gone? In the rope. In that way, wherever something is imagined due to delusion, it is that only. In the desert, water is imagined, but it is sand only. So where anything is imagined, then it is that thing on which the imagination has taken place. That viveke, when discrimination works, discrimination tells us that this is an appearance. Then tattan matram, then it becomes that only. Naiva tasmat vivinnam. There is nothing separate from that. Nothing separate from sand called water. Nothing separate from the rope called snake. So here, when the delusion vanishes, it enters into its substratum. Shanter nashe. When the delusion is gone, bhate drishta hi tattvam. Hi tattvam. The reality of the snake is seen as Rajju, is seen as rope. Tatvat Vishwam Atma Swarupam. So the whole variety, Vishwam means the varied universe. So the universe of varieties is only being imagined on Brahman due to delusion. When that delusion vanishes by Nididhasan, then we'll see that all this Vishwa is nothing but Brahman only, nothing other than Brahman. Atmaswarupam. Here, self is being projected, so it is in my own reality, the whole world. Swayam Brahma, Swayam Vishnu, Swayam Indra, Swayam Shiva, Swayam Vishwamidam Sarvam, Swasmat Anyanna Kinchana. Why different things are coming? I told you, the realism comes in different ways. So here we think, oh, gods are there, Brahma is there, Vishnu is there, Shiva is there, Indra, the king of gods, is there. He said, they are yourself. They are not different from yourself. There cannot be anything different from yourself. They are the forms only. So you yourself are Brahma, yourself are Vishnu, Brahma the creator, Vishnu the preserver, Swayam Indra, you are the king of gods, Swayam Shiva, the destroyer of the world, Swayam Vishwamidam Sarvam. So you are the whole world. Tasmat Anyanna Kinchana, emphasize. Nothing other than yourself. So don't go into the delusion of great people than you, powerful people than you, people with even authorities other than you. That produces a sense of realism. And so the attention is turned to that now. And we are told, you are yourself Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, Shiva. They are not different from you. The whole world is not different from you. That is only the appearance. You are the reality. Your reality is the reality. Anta swayam chapi bhi swayam cha swayam purastat swayam eva paschat swayam yavacham swayam apyudicham tato parishtat swayam api adastat. Another sense of realism is the directions. The directions give another sense of realism. What is in the east, west, south, above, below? Are they different things? No. So, inside, outside? No. Inside, you are there. Outside, you are there. In front, you are there. In the back, you are there. In the east, you are there. In the north, you are there. Above, you are there. South, you are there. Below, you are there. So the sense of direction giving a sense of realism is being removed by this Nididhasan, comprehensive Nididhasan, that you are yourself all that. Tarangafena Brahma Budbudadi Sarvam Swarupena Jalam Yatha Tatha Chideva Dehadi Ahamantametat Sarvam Chidevaikarasam Vishuddham. So another illustration, small and big here also. Water is wave, water is the foam, water are the bubbles in their real nature. They are the forms. In the real nature, they are water only. In the same way, your consciousness only. Consciousness only is right from body. This also the Panchakoshas, and the final result is consciousness. So from body ending in I, Vijnanamaya Kosha. Body, vitality, indriyas, mind, I consciousness, there are only forms. The reality is only consciousness absolute. All these things are nothing but, so the emphasis is now slightly shifted. Their unreal was one point, and now they are all going into Atma, and different from Atma. Sarvam Chidekarasam, Chideva Ekarasam Vishuddham, Ekarasam, homogeneous, bliss, consciousness, pure. This reality is all in all the forms. Sadevidam sarvam jagad avagatam vangmanasayo shato anyan nasteva prakriti parisim nisitavata pithak kim nusnaya kalasha ghatak kumbha adi avagatam vadattesha brantas tamamiti maya madiraya. Here, Maya, our false knowledge, taking something for something, is described as Madira. It has intoxicated us because we are not able to come out of the delusion. So it has been described as intoxicating us. And because of this intoxication, one Brahman only is all this, appears as all this world. Avagatam. That is Nididasa. We know that all this world is nothing but Brahman only. Manasayo avagatam. One manasayo jagad avagatam. Sarvam sadeva idam. How we know the world? Because we have given words to that. And because our mind thinks of that. The world appears real to us because we have given names to that world. And because in our mind it appears real. So all this passing away world is known through our names and our mind, but it is only Brahman. Tato anyad nasti eva. There is nothing different from Brahman. Prakriti parishimni siddhavata. All the nature, what we call, at the limits of the nature. Nature is finite. At the limits of nature, Brahman is there, infinite. Example, from the clay, is that jar or pitcher or are these things different? It's only Bhranti that we feel that is different. Tvam aham iti maya mandiraya. Another differentiation, you and me. You and me differentiation is just like space being divided by this pot and that pot, nothing more. So, another source of delusion is the feeling of I and you. But it cannot be different from the clay. It cannot be different from the Brahman, which alone is in the form of I, in the form of you. This is the point here. And that one has to, in the Nididhyasan, one has tried to feel that. All this differentiation is in Prakriti, I and you. Beyond that is Brahman, beyond the differentiation. क्रिया समभिहारेण यत्र नान्यदिति श्रुति ब्रवीति द्वैतराहित्यं मिथ्याध्यास निवृत्तये क्रिया समभिहारेण यत्र नान्यदिति श्रुति ब्रूति छांदोग्योपनिषद 6th chapter यत्र नान्यत् पश्यति नान्यत् शृणोति नान्यत् विजानाति स भूमा. So three kriyas are taken. The combination of three kriyas where nothing else is seen, where nothing else is heard, where nothing else is known. So that is called Kriya Samabhyarena. By combination of three different verbs. What the Vedas are telling us that there is nothing. Yatra nanyat kanchit pashyati, nanyat shrunoti, nanyat vijanati. So what it is telling there? Dvaitarahityam. That the seer and seen are not different. That is why it is telling that other than the seer, it does not see anything else. It does not hear anything else. It does not know anything else. So in the negation of three different verbs, what is being told is that there is no object different than the seer Atman. Why it is saying like that? Mithya adhyasa nivruttaye. So that the superimposition that I am seeing something, I am hearing something, I am knowing something is a superimposition. Here the subject-object knowledge is taken as the superimposition. I am seeing, I am hearing, I am knowing. That means the difference between the subject and the object. This is being taken as the superimposition. It is a superimposition, and so to remove that, the Shruti is telling that where this is not there, where there is no Dvaita, that is the reality. Adhyasa nivruttaye. To remove this superimposition of the object and the subject, the Shruti is telling three different verbs that it is not real, it is only a superimposition. The reality is one without a second. Consciousness is never divided. It is only an appearance. Kashavad nirmala nirvikalpam nisima nispandana nirvikalkaram Antarbhaishunyam ananyamadvayam swayam param brahma kimasti bodhyam Akashavat nirmalam, like the space, it is pure. Nirvikalpam, no alternate of that. It is one without a second. Nisima, there are no boundaries for that. Nispandana, there is no movement in that. Nirvikaram, there is no modification in that. There is no shunyam here is does not shunya. There is nothing called inside outside in that. one without a second, Advaya, where there is nothing else. That is Parabrahma that you are. You must see both them. This is another type of realism. I want to know this, I want to know that, I want to know this. That madness comes. So he says, what do you have to know? You have to know the reality. Not that I know this object, I know that object. So, what objects are there to know? When you yourself are the boundless reality, what object you can see? So, think of the reality in this way that it is as pure as the space. There is no alternate for that. Boundless, vibrationless, modificationless, without any inside outside difference, without any other thing than that, one without a second, that you are, that is Parabrahman. So what object you want to know now? वक्तव्यम किम विद्यतेत्र बहुधा ब्रह्म इव जीव स्वयं ब्रह्म इतज्जगदागतं तु न सकलं ब्रह्म द्वितीयं श्रुति ब्रह्म इवाहमिति प्रबुद्धमतया संत्यक्त बाह्य स्फुटं ब्रह्मीभूय वसन्ति सन्ततचिदानन्दात्मने एतद्ध्रुवम्. Example of the sages who realize this. See their life and let your Nididhasan follow their consciousness. This is what more I have to be told on this subject. Vaktavyam kimu vidyatetra. Bhuda. More than what I have told, what are the things to be told now? Models. Jiva is nothing but Brahman, and this world is also nothing but Brahman spread. And the Vedas are telling Brahman is without a second. So you are also that Brahman. That I am also that Brahman. This, those who are awakened, those are the wise people, those who are awakened, Prabuddha Mataya, who is a Bodha, have become awakened. They do not think of anything external. Santakya Vaya, people unattached to external other than things other than themselves, they are wise people. They know that they are Brahman only. Sputam very clearly. They become Brahman and continuously Chit Ananda Atmana Vasanti. They live as the Chit Ananda Atma. Eta Dhruvam. This is certain. What more I have to tell you? This is certain that those who realize this, they stay like this blissfully. So the model is being shown to inspire the man. See the sages, how they are permanently joyful. For them, they are Brahman, the world is Brahman. And the Shruti has told Brahman is one without a second. So they have realized that they are Brahman. They are awakened people. They have no attachment to anything outside. They live as Brahman only, continuously, as Chit Ananda Atma. So Brahman and Atma, two names are given. Eta Dhruvam, that is certain. Jai Malamaya Koshe Ham Diyotthapitasham Rasabhamanila Linga Dehepi Paschat Nigama Gadita Kirtim Nityamananda Murtim Swayamiti Parichaya Brahma Rupena Nitishta. So again, from the beginning till end, he now describes so that despising something comes in the mind. Never attachment will rise. So he says, Malamaya Koshe, these five sheets, They are dirty. They are filled with dirt, whether body or mind or anything. And that I am Thapitasha. And from there all the desires rise. When I is identified with the Malamaya Koshas, from that so many desires arise. Prasabam, forcefully remove that. Anila Kalpe, Linga Dehepi Pascha. Like the wind blowing, this Sukshma Sharir also is like that. Pashat means take the gross body, negate it, despise it, and then the Sukshma Sharir will appear, remove that also. Nigamagadita Kirtim. Then on the other hand, it is not only removal, because the Brahman feeling has already come, then only nucleation is taking place. So he says, Vedas had told you that you are Nitya Ananda Murti, Prichiya. You should recognize yourself as that Ananda Murti, which the Vedas have already told you. And you live as Brahman, Brahma Rupena, Tishta. You remain as Brahman. So the Vedas have told you, you are the Ananda Murti Brahman. So negate these Manamaya things and they change it. Vayu Rupena is this linga, they also is changing. So despise that, remove that. And Shruti has told you about your real nature. So in that consciousness you should stay. Shavakaram yavat bhajati manujasthavadashachi parebhya sad klesho janana marana vyadi nilaya यदात्मानं शुद्धं कलयति शिवाकारमचलं तदा तेभ्यो मुक्तो भवति तदा श्रुतिरपि. This body is like a corpse. So long as one identifies with this corpse, then enemies also attack you. Parebhyo means enemies. To take, if you identify yourself with this body which is a corpse, then there are enemies also. And the enemies always will give you problem. And without the enemies also, what are the enemies here? Not other people. Janana Marana Vyadi Nilaya. His body becomes the storehouse of against repeated births and deaths and diseases. So long as you identify with the body, these enemies, you may say enemies means Kamakrodha Lobhamo Shadripus, they take you continuously to birth and death. If you can experience Yada Atmanam Shuddham Kalayati, Kalayati means experience. When you can experience yourself as the pure Atman, Shivakaram, that was Shavakaram, corpse. And Shivakaram means the absolute, Achalam, unchanging. Tadatebhyo Mukta Bhavati. So you will be freed from all your enemies. Enemies will end only when you can realize yourself as the absolute. Bhavati tadaha shrutirapi. This is what the Vedas also have told. That so long as you are attached to your body, you are under the sway of enemies. But when you can realize yourself as the absolute, you are totally free from them, free from all the troubles from them. Mani aropita shesha avasa vastu nirasata swayameva param brahma purnam advayam akriyam. On your own self, it has been superimposed. All the things are only avasa appearances. Avasa vastu nirasata. When you can remove them as avasa vastu, then you are yourself Parabrahma. On your own self, all these are imagined superimpositions. If you can be free from that, you are the Parabrahma. Purnam, Advayam, Akriyam. You are infinite, you are without a second, you are without any kriya, modification. Hitayaam sati chitta vruttau paratmani brahmani nirvikalpe na drishyate kaschidayam vikalpa prajalpamatra parishishyate yataha. So now he has brought back the word samadhi. We had seen this word samadhi for many shlokas, 341 onwards. Now, after all this Nididhasan, Shankara has brought back that word, that how this will happen when the vrittis of the chitta are fixed. Samadhi means fixed in the Paratma, which is Brahma Nirvikalpa, Atma, which is Brahma, which is beyond everything, which has no alternate. When your chitta vrittis will become fixed in that, absorbed in that, then no vikalpa will be seen. Then nothing else will remain. Gradually is now bringing to the Nirvikal Samadhi. After all these big descriptions of Nididhasan, he has brought us back that if you absorb, concentrate one-pointedly into your real nature, which is Brahman, all these things will drop. Na dishyate kaschidayam vikalpa. You will, in your experience, no thing will remain other than Brahman. Prajalpa matra. You will, in your memory, it will remain only as words. Only words are there. Father, mother, Brahma, blade of grass, pots, clays, all this variety will remain only as words. If you can concentrate yourself in your real nature, parishishyate yata. That is, all this will remain only as a talk. Nothing will remain as existence. असत्कल्पो विकल्पोऽयं विश्वमित्येकवस्तुनि निर्विकारे निराकारे निर्विशेषे विदाकुता. This vikalpa is anything other than Brahman. That is called vikalpa. Satkalpo is a only idea which is unreal. All the vikalpas other than Brahman are only ideas which are unreal. That is the universe. Eka vastuni. Reality is only one. The vikalpas are all only ideas in the mind. That Ekavastu is Nirvikar, does not undergo any modification. Virakar, it has no particular form. Nirvishesh, it has no particular specification. In such a thing, Vidam Kuta, how can there be division? How can there be variety? When the reality is like this, Nididhas is continuing. So, in that, how there can be variety? That is only unreal imagination of the mind. Drashtu darshana drishyadi bhava shunyika vastuni nirvikare nirakare nirvisheshe vidakuta. The differentiation remains in the end. I am seeing the reality. But the reality being one, nirvikar, nirakar, nirvishesh, how there can be a division of the three also. So the final assimilation of I into Brahman, approaching Nirvikal Samadhi, is through the breaking of the Triputi. When the world has not remained, what has remained? I know Brahman. I, Brahman and know. This is called Triputi, the triad. But reality being one, there cannot be division of three. And so that also has to vanish finally in Nirvikal Samadhi. कल्पार्णव इवात्यंत परिपूर्णैक वस्तुनि निर्विकारे निराकारे निर्विशेषे विदाकुत These are the last stages of Nididasana now. So far now. When the pralaya takes place, a flood like comes. Like that, the Vastu or reality is one, infinite, everywhere. So it's like a flood. It dissolves everything else. Like the flood, this is Jnana Pralaya. In the knowledge of man, in the consciousness of man, the one reality shines so brightly that everything else is dissolved into that. And these words are being repeated. Nirvikar, Nirakar, Nirvishesha is the reality. How there can remain any difference? It's like a flood. What Sri Ramakrishna described, that in the infinite ocean of consciousness, the waves came and immersed my eye into that. So he says, like a flood, it comes and devours all the differences. तेजसीव तमो यत्र प्रलीनं भ्रांति कारणम अद्वितीये परे तत्वे निर्विशेषे विदाकुता. Where the darkness vanishes, when the light comes, where the darkness vanishes, in the light. In the light, darkness is gone. So the very cause of wrong knowledge dissolves into Brahman. Like the darkness vanishes into light, the very cause of wrong knowledge, Maya, dissolves into Brahman. Brahman is Advitiya, Brahman is beyond everything, Brahman is the reality, it has no specification. So any difference does not remain. Like a flood, it is described. Secondly, like the light devouring darkness. So various pictures are given for us to feel that reality. एकात्मके परे तत्वे भेदवार्तां कथं वसेत् सुषुप्तौ सुखमात्रायां भेदाख्येन अवलोकिता. Every day we have that experience during Sushupti. We find no difference. We find only joy. So that is in Sushupti. But in the realization, Ekatmaka Paratattva, how there is, can be talk of any differences. Even in Sushupti, when we are experiencing only bliss, has anybody seen the difference in this Sushupti? Is reminding us that every day we have a state in which we don't see any difference, we see only bliss. So when the Nirvikal Samadhi is approaching, how can there remain any difference? So example of deep sleep is given and we are inspired to go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nai asti vishwam para tattva bodha sadatmani brahmani nirvikalpe latre napya hiri kito gune nai ambu bindur mrugatrishnikayam. When the consciousness of the reality beyond appears, then the world vanishes. It dissolves into Brahman, which is Sat in nature, which does not have an alternate. Even Kalatraya, means this is another realism. In the past, in the present, future. In the past, present, and future, only you are seeing some qualities, but Nairikshito Gune. The example of snake is brought back. In the past or present and future, the snake were never present with its poison. It was rope only all the time. Another example, in the desert, there is not a drop of water. Kalatre api, though it is appearance. So, on this appearance, two examples are given, Raju Sarpa and water in the desert. And the exemplified thing is that when you get the consciousness of Paratattva, nothing will remain. Maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthata iti brute shruti sakshat Sushuptau Anubhuyate. So the Shruti is directly telling that this Dvaita is only a delusion, a wrong knowledge. In reality, it is only Advaita. If you don't have that experience, at least remember your deep sleep, and there you are not seeing anything else. So that will bring back your faith in the Shrutis, which is telling that there is no Dvaita in the reality, because in Sushupti, you are not experiencing that. So analyzing that, you will get inspired to go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Ananyattam adhishthanath aropyasya nirikhitam pandite rajju sarpado vikalpo bhranti jivana adhishthanath aropyasya ananyattam nirikhitam panditaihi. Rope is a substratum of the snake. The wise man sees it only as rope, nothing different from rope. Brahman is the only reality, Atman is the only reality, world is superimposition. So the wise man does not see it as anything different from the Brahman or Atman. Anti Jivana, those who are deluded, they see the alternate. Alternate is seen so long as the delusion exists, but for the wise people it does not exist. So the final touches is being given or Nirvikalpa Samadhi. चित्तमूलो विकल्पोऽयं चित्ता भावेन कश्चन अतः चित्तं समाधेहि प्रत्यग्रूपे परात्मनि. Final श्लोक. So long as your mind exists, these vikalpas exist. If mind would not have existed, no vikalpa would have remained. So what to do with the mind? Merge that mind in Brahman. अतः चित्तं समाधेहि प्रत्यग्रूपे परात्मनि. In the innermost self, merge your mind. Because of the mind, the variety is appearing. Without mind, the variety would not appear. So finally, dissolve your mind in your reality, absorb your mind in your reality, and then the glorious description of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. In the beginning, I told one of the specialities of this Viveka Chudamani is the brilliant description given by Shankaracharya of the experience during the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is beyond words. But he has brought us almost approximate picture of the state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi as a result of all this Nididhasan for the last 200 shlokas we are undergoing. So, in the last 2, 3, 4 shlokas, he has brought us absolutely near to that, and now he describes that. किमपि सततबोधं केवलानन्दरूपं निरुपममतिवेलं नित्यमुक्तं निरीहं निरवधि गगनाभं निष्कलं निर्विकल्पं हृदि कलयति विद्वान् ब्रह्मपूर्णं समाधौ. Vidwan means the man of knowledge, Hridhi means the place of experience, Kalayati means experiences in Samadhi. That means in the state of in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the man of knowledge experiences within the receptacle of experience, Purna Brahma, the infinite Brahman. How? Kimapi, because it is indescribable. Kimapi here does not mean anything vague. Kimapi means indescribable. Satata Bodham, we can only say it is consciousness continuous. Keval Ananda Rupa. So, what we can describe? Existence, knowledge, bliss, nothing beyond that. So, Kimapi Satata Bodham, continuous consciousness, Keval, the form is only Ananda, Nirupamam, no example can be given. Ativelam, beyond all limits, Nitya Muktam, ever free, Niriham, no action or desire in that. Niravadi Gaganabham, though example is not there, a Gagana example is given. Boundless like this sky. Nishkalam, partless like this sky. Nirvikalpam, no alternate than that. This is what a man of knowledge experiences in his heart, the infinite Brahman. Prakriti Vikruti Shunyam Bhavanatita Bhavam Samarasam Asamanam Manasambandha Duram Nigama Vachana Siddham Nityam Asmat Prasiddham Hridikalayati Vidwan Brahma Purnam Samadau Vidwan Samadau Purna Brahma Kalayati Prakriti Vikruti Shunyam. The nature and its formations, nature and math and elements and all that, they are nothing but vikaras of the Prakriti. But beyond that, they do not appear there. Bhavanatita bhava. Bhava means positive existence. It is not above. It is a very infinite positive existence. But bhavana is relational thing is not there. Is my father, mother, all that thing vanishes. So without any feeling in the mind, the positive existence shines. Bhavanatita bhava. Samarasam is homogeneous. Asamadam means it has no exemplification. Mana sambandha dura. Mana means praman, the means of knowledge. It has no relation with the means of knowledge. All our means of knowledge are relative. They are gone there. At a distance is from the mana sambandha. Then from where we have known it? Nigama vachana siddham. Rishis have experienced and they have told us that Nityam Asmat Prasiddham. Every day we are experiencing that as I. But we do not know what this I consists of. But the Vedas are telling us that inside this I, the reality shines. So the man of knowledge experiences actually in his heart, in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, this reality. Can we remember something here similar? In Abhedan Swamiji's Ramakrishna Avatara Stotram, from where the Dhyana mantras are brought, he has described Sri Ramakrishna to be the reality of this time. Most many words of these two shlokas are repeated there. The idea is the same because in Nirvikal Samadhi, he says that Vimala Paramahansam Ramakrishna Bhajama. So, identifying Thakur with that reality, Avedanta Swamiji has given a similar picture of these two shlokas in Thakur. Ajaram amaram asta bhavavastu swarupam simita sharira rashi prakhyamakya venam shamita guna vikaram shashvatam shantamekam hridikalayati vidwan brahma purnam samadau. Ajaram, no old age, amaram, no death, asta abhava. Abhava is gone. Abhava is there. Positivity is there. No want of anything. Want is exhausted. Vastu Swarupam, of the nature of the reality. Example, though it is always beyond example, but it suggests some example, indirectly to feel it. Simita Salila Rashi Prakyam, like the stilled water. The stilled water, when we see Anantanag or in many places, we can see the stilled water. Then we get some idea of how the Nirvikar Samadhi may be there. No name can be given to that. Shamita Guna Vikaram, this Sattva Tama, always dancing in our mind, those things are gone there. Shashvatam eternal, Shantam, Ekam, that is the reality experienced by the man of knowledge. So these three shlokas constitute one of the beauties of Vivek Chudamani. Now, the mandate to the Shishya. These are talk between Guru and Shishya. So the mandate is Samahitanta Karana Swarupe Vilokayatmanam Akhanda Vaibhavam Vichindi Bandham Bhavagandha Ganditam Yatnena Punstam Sapali Kurushva. We'll take it next time. We'll take it next time. So let us stop at the description of Nirukal Samadhi, which has come as a culmination of the Nididasana comprehensive describing Vikchudamani and going down to the Shankaracharya, author of this. Let us get it today. Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanam Pranatosmi Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna